G'day everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Ryan and this is Rise for Scent. So, I am going to be doing my first tag video today, and it was really cool. I enjoyed picking out the different scents from my collection for this tag video, and I have to thank Mark from Aussie Fragrances for the tag, mate. I really enjoyed this one. So the idea behind this tag video is one fragrance for each month of the year, and a few of these fragrances that I picked have really cool scent memories, which I'll talk about when I talk about each fragrance. So we'll start with January, and for January I actually started with a fragrance by Manson Francis Kirkjohn, and that is Petite Matin. Now I really enjoy this one, and the reason I picked it for January is, it's the beginning of the year, you want to start hitting your goals that you've planned, and you spray this one on and you just start, it's really energetic. That's what I found this one. I think it even means Petite Matin has something to do with the morning. So you spray it on and you just go for the day. I definitely find this one as a energetic, fresh musk. And the main notes that I get is citruses and this beautiful musk accord that he's created. And that's what really gives this one decent longevity. You get I get at least 7 hours from this, from a fresh scent, which is fantastic. I definitely recommend this one. This is probably one of my favourite from his line. I also enjoy Grand Soir and a few others, but this is probably my favourite of the fresh scents that he has. So, going to February. Now, this one definitely has a awesome scent memory. This is the fragrance that I was wearing when I got engaged, and that obviously it was in February, and that is 1 Million Lucky. And yes, so every time I sprayed this one on, I remember being on that beach early in the morning with my now wife and smelling this beautiful fragrance while I was there. Now, the main notes that I get from this one are plum, honey, and like a hazelnut accord that they've created. And I find this one's really, really fun. It's quite nice. I think the whole 1 Million line, there's a bit of hit and miss with this one. I think quite a few people enjoy this one. Now, the way it's sweet, fruity, and nutty. That's how I would describe it. And when you look at those notes, at the notes in this fragrance, you'd actually really think it's a heavy, quite a heavy scent. But it actually has a surprising amount of freshness, and I think you can definitely get away with this in the cooler summer days. Another thing I'd like to note is most of these fragrances get really good longevity, and I didn't mean I wasn't just going for that. It just happened that a lot of the fragrances I like actually have really good longevity. Yeah, with 1 Million Lucky, I definitely get at least 7 hours longevity from this one, so that's really good. Okay, I'm a big fan of Chypre and barbershop fragrances, so I had to weave one of these in here, and I thought in the warmer, I live in Australia, so March tends to be a warmer month. This might be a good spot to put it in, and it is Yves Saint Laurent, and it is Rive Gauche. Now, this is the vintage bottle. One of my friends sold me this one. Lucky me. He knows who he is. Thanks, buddy. I really appreciate it. And this would have to be my favorite barbershop fragrance. Yeah, so this one has lavender, anise, geranium, and woods in the base, and this is stunning. Yeah, this one's definitely aromatic, fresh, and masculine, and it's such a shame that they're actually going to be discontinuing this. This is, like I said, the tin that I have is actually the vintage, and I think the new ones actually come out in a square glass bottle, and I heard even the new one is going to be discontinued soon, so definitely give it a go. I heard the vintage formulation is still pretty good, so check it out. Now, April. So we're starting to get a bit cooler. I think this one you can definitely wear all year round, but I think it would be really nice for April. And the way that I would describe this one is a mysterious dark woods, and that is by Initio, and it's called Oud for Greatness. And this scent is awesome. It gets awesome longevity. I actually wore this one last night, and I sprayed it on, and I could still smell it on myself the next day. And I think I sprayed it on at like 6 o'clock that night. Like it is awesome, and definitely can smell it on your clothes for days. Now, I'm not sure how much oud it actually has in it. I don't think it might have some. I don't know. Anyway, I can't smell much oud personally, but the way they've blended the woods in this fragrance is like insane. Like they've blended this so beautifully. The main notes that I mainly get is just saffron and cedar, and other woods blended in with that cedar. I love them at the perfumer who made this. Whoever made this has made such a stunning fragrance. And it would be perfect for April, yeah. So that's Oud for Greatness. Now for May, May must be my favourite month or something because it's got my favourite fragrance in it. You know, it's starting to get cooler. We're definitely, you know, pushing into winter. So this one is a bit heavier, and it is very, very classy. It's a class. The way I describe it is a classy tobacco cola, and that is by Roja Dove, and that's Enigma. And this is the Parfum version, and I also have the Parfum Cologne. Now the difference between the two is that this one is a bit fresher in the opening. The original is definitely has a bit more depth to it, and is stronger. So this one's probably better for the winter, and you can wear this. This one's probably a bit more versatile when it comes to seasons. Now, like I said, this is my favorite fragrance. It is very masculine, I think, and like I said, it gives you like this cola feel, like a classy cola with tobacco, and this to me is so addictive. Roja Dove, he's an amazing perfumer. He has some awesome creations, and this is my favorite of his. So the main notes I get from this is cognac, vanilla, tobacco, benzoin, and maybe a little bit of ginger. I think the ginger lends to a bit of freshness in this. It is, so even though it's quite heavy, it still has this lending freshness to it, which I think might come from the ginger. This is a must try, and in my opinion, this is a masterpiece. So give it a go. Now we're in June. We're right in winter, so you know it's getting really cold. We need a beast. We need a beast, and a designer beast. This one is, and it gets a lot of love. I've actually reviewed the original, and this is now Dior Homme Parfum. This one is a designer Iris leather beast. I get 12 hours with this one. It is fantastic. It is probably I don't know. This have to be one of the best designers ever created. It is a masterpiece as well. The idea, whoever came up with the idea at Dior to amp up that leather note from the original Dior Homme was a genius. Such a good idea, and it's definitely made this one a bit more masculine. I think the original, the women definitely can wear that one. It's definitely unisex in my opinion. I think this one might turn some women away for sure. It is a bit more, it's definitely more masculine. The other thing is, the other Dior Hommes seem to be getting discontinued, and I'm going to go out on a limb and say that this one might be getting discontinued eventually as well. I think those older formulations, the ones with iris, they will only be Paris or France exclusive. So pick them up before they leave. Now, the next fragrance I've picked is for July, and I really picked this fragrance because I really enjoy it, but my wife would kill me if I didn't put it in. This is one of her fragrances on me. She also likes to wear it herself, but she really enjoys it on me. And it's by Maison Margiela, and it's By the Fireplace. Now this one is a chestnut snuggie fragrance. I call it my snuggie fragrance. It's chestnut, sweet, and smoky. It really does have this, like, when I wear it and when I put it on and when I use it for, like, I really enjoy just like snugging up in front of a fireplace, as like the title says. Like it is so well named. I think I used to think this was I definitely think a lot of people like this, but I think there's a bit of a love-hate relationship. Some people like it and some people don't. Obviously, I'm on the side that love it, but definitely give this one a try before you buy it. So the main notes that I get in this one are chestnut, vanilla, and like smoky woods. And if they sound good to you, I definitely recommend giving this one a go. So now we're on to August. Still cool. And the reason I've picked this fragrance is because I have a good scent memory with it. And it's actually from my wedding day. So I was actually married in August last year. And I actually enjoyed this scent, and it is actually by Amouage, and it's called On a Man. And I really enjoyed this scent before I purchased it. But me and my wife, we actually went to Brisbane, and we did a course at Libertine, and we got to try heaps of different fragrances. And it so turned out that my wife actually really enjoyed the women's version of this, On a Woman. So we decided that, hey, like, let's pick them up and we'll both wear them on our wedding day. And I think it's quite fitting. You have these beautiful white bottles. And I definitely say this one's a masculine, classy pepper fragrance. It's definitely, the whole fragrance revolves around this, like, the black and pink pepper. It is really nice. If you don't like pepper, you're not going to like this fragrance at all. Personally, I love fragrance, pepper as a note, and I actually have like a body wash by Molten Brown, and it has actually got pepper in it. It is, I find pepper really addictive. Back in the past, I wasn't actually such a big fan of it, but these days, like, I can't get enough of pepper in fragrance. So the main notes that I get from this one are pepper, incense, and maybe some vetiver, and like a woodsy base. I really think this is an interesting fragrance. I don't hear about it much online, but definitely give it a shot. So this is Amouage On a Man. September. So this is my birthday. This is my birthday month. So I want something fun, something playful. And the way I describe this is a fun, sexy, aromatic fragrance. And it's by Parfum de Marly, and it's Leighton. And when I say sexy, I think this one is a quintessential sexy fragrance. I think women love it. It is got enough freshness that you can wear it most of the year around. I think Parfum de Marly are a fantastic brand. They use plenty of naturals in their fragrance, and I really respect that from them. Yeah, so the main notes I get from this is vanilla, cardamom, and like this beautiful apple accord that they've created, and I definitely get like at least 7 to probably 8 hours plus from this scent. And they also have the exclusive version, but I think that one's a bit more suited for the winter. It adds a little bit more depth to the fragrance. They added coffee and an oud note to it as well. But like I said, I think that one's better for the winter. This one's better for all year round, more versatile. This one tends to be a bit of a Fragcom darling, so definitely give Parfum de Marly or Leighton a shot. Okay, October. I actually do have a scent memory with this next scent as well. So when I was actually on my honeymoon, we went to Big Island, Hawaii, and we were pretty busy and maybe a little bit stressed. Actually, we weren't too stressed, which is pretty cool. Before our wedding, with all the organising and everything, we had a busy year. But I was wearing this scent quite a bit when we rented a house at Big Island, and literally the back veranda was on these cliffs, and then you just had the ocean. God, I cannot say how amazing this view and what an amazing time we had. It's so memorable. And the scent is by Mancera, and it's called Cedrat Bosé. Now, some people actually relate this fragrance to, say that this fragrance smells like Aventus. And what I would say to that is that it's in the same vein or class of fragrance as Aventus, but they don't really smell that much alike. This one's I definitely think this one's more, it's more fresh, fun, and woodsy. It's definitely woodsy, like Aventus. I definitely think this scent is a bit more youthful. That's what I get from it. I just mainly get this from this one. I mainly get a beautiful fruitsy cedar musk. That's what I get from the accords in this fragrance. So with this one, I get better performance than I do with Aventus. So if you feel like you want better performance from a fragrance that has a similar vibe to Aventus, have a look at this one. This is Cedrat Bosé. So moving on to a Xerjoff fragrance for November, and this would have to be one of my favorite Xerjoff fragrances. It's one of their fresher offerings, and sorry, there's a bird distracting me. This is a beautiful, beautiful, fruity, fresh gourmand fragrance from Xerjoff, and it's called Uden. And I love these bottles. They are fantastic. This one I find very classy, and it's not often that you come across a fresh gourmand fragrance, and I definitely think that this one is for the hotter weather. I wouldn't wear this one in the cooler weather, definitely not. It's a fragrance that I probably get 6 to 7 hours longevity out of. So out of this list, I think it's probably it still has decent longevity, but not as good as the others. The main notes I get from this is vanilla, fruits, citrus, and like a musk in the base. And it's almost a slightly boozy. I think it might be those fruity notes that are giving this like ever slight boozy feel to the fragrance. I actually get a lot of compliments with this one. It has had decent projection, especially for the first 2 hours. And I do find people really enjoy this on me. Oh, definitely, this is stunning. This is Xerjoff Uden. Definitely give it a go. Now, I've actually reviewed this fragrance, and it's my favorite summer scent, so some of you might already know what that is. And that is by Creed, and it's called Silver Mountain Water. If you haven't seen my video and review of this one, definitely check it out. So the way that I would say this one is a fresh, inky, sexy fragrance. It is awesome. So I definitely get this beautiful blackcurrant, bergamot, and a like inky muscicorde that they've created in this. It's unisex. I love it. It's my favorite Creed. It's my favorite summer scent. I don't know what more I can say about it. It gets 8 hours longevity on my skin. Guys. And there goes the lid. This is one of those fragrances that you'll wear and people will enjoy it. I don't think anyone will be offended by this scent. It is very, very nice. One of Creed's best, and I definitely think you should give it a go if you like it. If you like these fresh, and you can get around that slight inky accord that's in it. So this is Silver Mountain Water by Creed. Anyway guys, tell me what you think of my list. I think it's pretty all-rounded. It's got some nice designers in there. Not that I was really trying to, make sure there was enough designers and niche in there. I just went through my and was like, hey, what would I want for this month, and hit my vibe, and I think I did a really good job, and it just turned out that I have a good amount of niche and designer in it as well. So if there's any particular month that you guys go, this is the scent that I want to I enjoy wearing for this month, let me know in the comments, and I hope you guys subscribe and like the video. See you guys. Thank you.